Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I want to share with you my recent purchase of a UV air purifier. This is a OEM model, a real budget model that you can find online. There's no specific brand. I suspect that there are plenty of different brands that actually uses the same manufacturer for this. Now, before I show you around how it looks and the filter and so on, I want to show you the quick function. So the box comes with the air purifier, and this air purifier is about 50 cms or 20 inches high. It's about 50 cms, and it's about 32 cms wide and about 20 cm thick. Okay, so not a very big unit, but not that small either. So it also comes with a built-in or a remote control that uses a around CR2025 battery. Okay, so all the functions that are on the remote control can also be found on the top of the air purifier. So just keep this aside. I'm gonna turn this on and then just show you. So when we turn on the power, the unit does not come on, but it shows the on-off indicator blinking green. So that means the power is on. So to turn on this unit, you just touch it once, and then you can see all the controls that are listed in green are the ones that you can set. Okay, by default, it basically runs in auto mode. So in auto mode, basically it goes through a detection cycle to see how dusty your environment is. So it shows like in terms of PM2.5 particles, there are about like 600 parts per million or something like that. Okay, it also shows you the temperature of the air, and it shows you what functions are actually turned on, and I'll go through all of this. Now, as the air purifier works, as the dust in the air goes down, it may actually adjust the airflow to be smaller, because now it's actually in auto mode. When you start it up, it goes automatically to auto mode. You can, however, press the mode to go to sleep and also to manual mode. So this is manual mode, and you can control all the functions as you want. So let's go through some of the main functions. Now, the first function is UV. This is ultraviolet. So if you turn it on, you can actually see, let me just tilt this, and you can see a blue light inside the cavity of the air filter or air purifier. I don't know how effective this is, but basically UV is to help to kill airborne bacteria and mold and viruses. So you can turn it off, turn it on. Okay, and then there is the Anion function. So by default is on. So you can actually see like the Anion function, off and on, just like the UV. This is off and on, right? So the Anion is to generate negative charge particles so that the dust in the air can clump together to get filtered easier. So this is on, off and on. So there's Anion. And then of course there is speed. So you can run it at low speed. You can see the airflow. You can run it at medium speed, and you can run it at high speed. And you can also set a timer. So once you set the settings that you want, you can turn on the timer, which is for 1 hour, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maximum 12 hours. And after that amount of time, it will shut down the air purifier. Now, just to show you that when you're on auto mode, you can also adjust the UV, you can also adjust the Anion, and obviously you cannot adjust the speed, or you can adjust the speed, but it turns you back to manual mode. Okay, so if you turn on auto mode, the speed is automatic, and if you hit the speed, it changes back you to manual mode. Now, this is basically the functions that you can control from the top panel of this air purifier. So just want to quickly show you the remote control. The remote control is exactly like the top panel. There is a on-off button. So if you can just press off, Okay, on. Then there is an auto button over here. It's on auto now. Okay, if you adjust the speed, that's the middle button. You can see the speed changing. Of course, then the auto mode goes off. Then you can turn on and off the Anion function. And then you can turn on and off the UV function, which it's actually saying as sterilize. And you can also turn on sleep. Let's just turn off and on. Okay, so the remote control, again, it has all the functions of the top panel exactly the same. If you lose this, it does not matter, you can control it from the top panel. And this uses a CR2025 single round cell battery. So I want to just show you what is inside the air filter, of course, and for that I'm going to power off. Alright, and I'm going to adjust the camera angle shortly. Okay, so again, the measurements, it's about 50 cm tall, about 32 cm wide, and about 20 cm deep. Now I'm going to just show you around. It's got a very minimalistic design. Okay, so nothing much. There is a hand carry notch at the behind that you can actually use to carry. Or what I usually do is, because the air intake is from both sides, so there's one intake over here, and then there is one more intake over here. So you can actually pretty much just hold the both intakes and just carry the unit. Okay, this is not very heavy. I think that this is about like 5 kgs. Okay, so let me just show you what is inside. It's a very simple design. So let me just open the front cover. To open the front cover, it actually splits it down half. Okay, just look at the air intake. I'm just going to push. So just pull it open one side. Okay, and then just remove the front cover. Okay, this is just a hook-on cover. There are no screws. And the filter, it comes with a composite filter. And I will suggest strongly that if you ever buy one of these OEM air purifiers, get a set of extra filters. So let me just pull this thing out. The seal is created by some sponge at the corners of the whole entire filter. Now there is a blue color, like a blown non-woven type material for a pre-filter, which is blue in color. This is to filter the large particles. And behind the blue color filter, there is a set of HEPA filters, which is basically a almost like a paper-based mesh filter, which is HEPA standard. All right, and after the HEPA filter, there is a set of basically activated carbon filter to absorb odors and if there are any chemical fumes or anything. So these activated carbon filters, if you can hear that, it's actually small carbon balls in these hexagonal type compartments. Okay, so and then there's the suction fan over here. So very simple design. And then when you put it in, you just like slide this thing in, make sure that it goes in at all the corners. Okay, and for the maintenance, once in a while, if it gets dirty, you just want to vacuum the front side of the pre-filter. All right, now I'm just going to put this thing back. Okay, so that is it. So let me just turn this thing on again. So I want to stress, like, you may find many brands of filters that of air purifiers that actually look like this, because this is an OEM manufacturer, so they probably manufacture for a lot of different companies. So the functions and features are almost similar. You got on and off, you got timer and auto mode, and you can turn on the blue color ultraviolet light to sterilize the air, and the negative ions or the anion function, and you can control the speed, right? So if you see an air filter that online that you wanted to buy that looks like this, is probably the same manufacturer. Now I'll tell you that it's quite worth buying this particular model or unit, because it only costed me like just under 35 to 40 US dollars for this whole unit, plus an extra set of filters, so total of 2 filters. Now if I compare that to buying a branded air purifier, there are many brands out there, the mainstream ones, those are quite significantly more expensive with less features. Of course, having a OEM budget air filter, we don't know the quality of the HEPA material that is being used in the air purifier, but after using it for over a couple of months, I will say like it's quite effective. Now if you live in a neighborhood that your air quality is not so good, people are always burning material around you, or near some manufacturing plants or factories or something like that, or maybe you have got people who smoke in your room or your house, you may want to invest in one of those cheap filters. So 40 US dollars for the air purifier with UV and anion function and timer, with an extra set of filters, is money well spent. Okay, now if you have any questions, feel free to basically ask me in the comments below. Okay, see you all in the next video.